NVL Travel Documentary. Beneath the glow of city lights, another reality unfolds. Tent communities, silent struggles, and lives hanging by a thread. In this episode of NVL Travel Documentary, we journey into the heart of America's urban crisis, exploring the deepening links between homelessness, addiction, and the fragile systems meant to protect us. This isn't just a story of poverty, it's about that thin line between stability and survival, how a single setback can lead from a paycheck to a park bench. What pushes someone from working full-time to sleeping on concrete? How does a tech empire rise beside a growing city of tents? The answers are unsettling, but they're real. And once you open your eyes to them, it's hard to look away. Welcome to the side of America rarely shown, but deeply important to understand. This is raw, it's real, and it begins right now. Number 1. The American Dream on the Edge. In 2025, the United States finds itself at a crossroads, grappling with tightened economic policies, soaring taxes, and stringent immigration laws. These shifts have cast long shadows over the nation, leaving many to question the viability of the American dream. The streets of major cities now serve as stark reminders of this reality, with countless individuals facing homelessness amid urban affluence. The statistics are alarming. In January 2024, approximately 771,480 people experienced homelessness, marking an 18% increase from the previous year. This surge translates to about 23 out of every 10,000 Americans lacking stable shelter. The juxtaposition is jarring, clothing skyscrapers towering over makeshift encampments, highlighting a profound societal divide. Several factors contribute to this crisis. The affordable housing shortage has reached critical levels, with a deficit of 7.3 million rental homes affordable to extremely low-income renters. Compounding this, economic policies have introduced new tariffs and fiscal measures aimed at reshaping trade dynamics. President Trump's Liberation Day tariffs, for instance, have introduced significant levies on imported goods, impacting consumer prices and economic stability. These policies, while intended to bolster domestic industries, have also led to increased living costs, further straining those already on the brink. The human stories behind these numbers are heart-wrenching. Families displaced due to unaffordable housing, veterans struggling with mental health issues without adequate support, and individuals unable to keep pace with rising living expenses. The streets of cities like Los Angeles and New York have become home to sprawling tent communities where hope is a scarce commodity. Addressing this crisis requires a multifaceted approach. Investments in affordable housing, comprehensive mental health services, and economic policies that consider the well-being of all citizens are imperative. The resilience of the American spirit is undeniable, but without concerted efforts to bridge these societal gaps, the nation's foundational promises risk becoming mere illusions. As we navigate these turbulent times, it's crucial to remember that behind every statistic is a human life, deserving of dignity and opportunity. The path forward demands empathy, action, and a collective commitment to restoring the essence of the American dream for all. Number 2. 5 cities, 1 crisis. 1. Los Angeles, California. Los Angeles, often dubbed the City of Angels, has found itself at the epicenter of a profound homelessness crisis, particularly evident in areas like Skid Row and Venice Beach. where tent encampments stretch as far as the eye can see. The juxtaposition of luxury and destitution is striking, prompting a deeper examination into the underlying causes of this escalating issue. Soaring rental costs. The city's housing market has become increasingly inaccessible. In 2025, the average monthly rent for a single-family home ranges between $3,400 to $5,000, while townhouses command between $2,800 to $4,200 per month. Such exorbitant prices place immense financial strain on residents, especially those earning modest incomes. Economic disparities. While Los Angeles thrives as a cultural and economic hub, not all its residents share in this prosperity. Many individuals work in low-wage sectors, struggling to keep pace with the escalating cost of living. The scarcity of affordable housing options exacerbates this divide, leaving a significant portion of the population vulnerable to housing instability. Mental health and substance abuse. A considerable segment of the homeless population grapples with mental health challenges and substance dependencies. Limited access to comprehensive health services means these individuals often lack the necessary support and treatment, perpetuating a cycle of homelessness and marginalization. Government initiatives. In response to the crisis, city officials have implemented measures to address the growing number of individuals experiencing homelessness. Notably, in December 2024, the Los Angeles County Department of Housing and Urban Development reported approximately 75,000 homeless individuals, marking the first decrease in 7 years. This reduction is attributed to increased investments in affordable housing and collaborative efforts among various support organizations. Despite these initiatives, the demand for affordable housing and comprehensive support services continues to outpace supply. The complex interplay of economic pressures, inadequate mental health resources, and systemic inequalities. New York City. New York City, often referred to as the Big Apple, stands as a beacon of opportunity and diversity. However, beneath its vibrant facade lies a pressing crisis: a significant and growing homeless population. As of January 2024, New York State reported over 158,000 individuals experiencing homelessness, with the majority residing in New York City. This figure represents a 53.1% increase from the previous year, a rate more than 4 times the national average. The city's homeless crisis is starkly visible in its public spaces. Many individuals seek refuge in the subway system, particularly in hubs like Penn Station, transforming these areas into makeshift shelters. The 2024 Homeless Outreach Population Estimate count recorded over 4,100 unsheltered individuals on the streets, a notable increase from the previous year. Economic pressures. Housing affordability remains a significant challenge. In Brooklyn, for instance, the median rent reached $3,995 in January 2025, marking a 1% year-over-year increase. With such high living costs, a single financial setback can precipitate housing loss, pushing individuals and families into homelessness. While New York City offers an extensive network of shelters and assistance programs, these systems are under immense strain. The influx of individuals seeking aid has led to overcrowded facilities and stretched resources. Mental health services in particular are overwhelmed, leaving many without access to necessary care. In response to the escalating crisis, Mayor Eric Adams unveiled a $650 million plan in January 2025, aimed at addressing homelessness and supporting mentally ill residents. This 5-year initiative includes constructing new facilities offering shelter, psychiatric care, and substance abuse treatment, as well as adding 900 safe haven beds and launching supportive housing programs. The homelessness crisis in New York City is a multifaceted issue rooted in economic disparities, housing affordability challenges, and strained support systems. Addressing it requires comprehensive strategies that encompass affordable housing development, robust mental health services, and economic policies aimed at reducing poverty and preventing homelessness. 3. San Francisco, California. San Francisco, once hailed as the crown jewel of the West Coast, now wears a different crown, one forged from tents, tarps, and despair. In 2025, This city has the highest rate of unsheltered homelessness in the United States, and the crisis is impossible to ignore. Walk through Tenderloin or Mission District, and you'll witness entire sidewalks transformed into makeshift neighborhoods, rows of tents lining the streets, filled with people trying to survive in the shadow of skyscrapers. What's driving this deepening divide? Let's start with housing. San Francisco's rental market is among the most expensive in the country. As of January 2025, the average rent for a one-bedroom apartment was nearly $3,500 per month, while the national average hovers just over $1,500. That's more than double, and for many low-income workers, completely out of reach. You don't need a major crisis to lose your home in this city. A single missed paycheck or unexpected bill can tip the scales. Then there's tech's tidal wave. The city's tech boom brought billion-dollar startups and high-paid engineers, but also sent rents skyrocketing and pushed long-time residents out. The prosperity is real, but so is the displacement. In San Francisco, wealth and poverty live side by side, divided by little more than a glass window or a gated entrance. Now add mental health and addiction into the equation. According to city data, nearly half of San Francisco's homeless population struggles with serious mental illness or substance use disorders. Yet despite approving funding for hundreds of new treatment beds over a year ago, not a single one has opened as of early 2025. The system, quite literally, leaves people waiting on the streets. To its credit, the city has poured hundreds of millions of dollars into homeless services and housing, but results are mixed, and the public grows weary, because when tent cities keep growing despite massive spending, it begs the question, are we treating symptoms or solving the root problem? San Francisco's homelessness crisis is not just a housing issue, it's a mirror, reflecting a society that innovates at lightning speed, but stumbles when asked to care. 4. Houston, Texas, stands out as a beacon of hope in addressing homelessness, achieving a remarkable 63% reduction in its homeless population since 2011. Housing First strategy, which prioritizes providing permanent housing to individuals experiencing homelessness before addressing other challenges such as employment, mental health, or substance abuse. By securing stable housing first, individuals are better positioned to tackle these issues effectively. However, despite these significant strides, Houston continues to face ongoing challenges. Expansive urban landscape. As the fourth largest city in the United States, Houston's vast geographical area complicates the delivery of services to those in need. The sprawling nature of the city means that outreach efforts must cover extensive ground, making it difficult to reach and assist every individual experiencing homelessness. Oil and gas industry. Houston's economy is heavily influenced by the oil and gas sector. Fluctuations in this industry can lead to job losses and economic instability, increasing the risk of homelessness for many residents. Economic downturns in the energy sector have historically correlated with upticks in homelessness, as individuals and families struggle to maintain housing amidst financial hardship. Insufficient mental health services. A significant portion of Houston's homeless population grapples with mental health issues. Despite the success of the Housing First approach, there remains a critical need for comprehensive mental health services. Limited resources and long waiting times can hinder individuals from receiving the support they need to maintain stable housing and improve their overall well-being. Addressing these challenges requires a multifaceted approach. Houston's commitment to innovative solutions, such as converting vacant office spaces into affordable micro-apartments, demonstrates the city's dedication to tackling homelessness through creative and practical means. By continuing to invest in affordable housing, expanding mental health services, and adapting to economic shifts, Houston strives to build upon its successes and further reduce homelessness within its diverse communities. 5. San Jose. San Jose, known as the beating heart of Silicon Valley, is a city where innovation thrives, fortunes are built, and billion-dollar startups are born. But look past the glimmering glass towers, and you'll find a much harsher reality unfolding on the sidewalks below. Poverty is not just present here, It's woven into the fabric of daily life. As of 2025, San Jose ranks 4th in the nation for homelessness, with an estimated 363 people out of every 100,000 living without stable shelter. That's not just a number, it's a wake-up call. In a city of over 1 million, that translates to more than 6,300 people surviving in tents, vehicles, or on the street. The root of the crisis? Start with housing. The average rent in San Jose now hovers around $3,000 per month for a one-bedroom apartment. And while tech professionals might be able to afford that with six-figure salaries, many others, retail workers, cleaners, childcare providers, simply cannot. The math doesn't add up. Living in San Jose without a tech paycheck means living on the edge. But here's where it hits hardest. The wealth gap is blinding. Million-dollar homes sit just steps away from makeshift shelters. It's not uncommon to see families parked in RVs under overpasses, kids doing homework by flashlight because they don't have electricity. This isn't a dystopian movie scene. It's San Jose in real time. Despite this, local leaders are starting to act. In early 2025, San Jose mayor announced a plan to build over 1,000 units of interim housing within the next year, alongside hundreds of emergency shelter beds. It's a start, but still a drop in a bucket that keeps filling faster than we can empty it. San Jose's story is a cautionary tale, how a city can lead the world in tech, but fall behind in human dignity. Until affordable housing catches up with ambition, the promise of Silicon Valley will remain out of reach for far too many. Number 3. Why the system keeps failing. The homelessness crisis in America is a complex issue rooted in multiple systemic challenges. Let's delve into the core factors contributing to this ongoing problem. The housing crisis. The United States faces a severe shortage of affordable housing, with a deficit of approximately 7.1 million rental homes accessible to extremely low-income renters. Compounding this, federal investment in public housing has dwindled, leading to a reduction in public housing units from 1.2 million to 1.1 million over recent years. Private developers often prioritize luxury housing due to higher profit margins, further limiting the availability of affordable options. Economic imbalance. In 2024, the U.S. gross domestic product, GDP, reached $27 trillion. Despite this economic growth, the bottom 50% of earners saw their share of wealth shrink to 2.6%, highlighting a significant disparity. The job market has become increasingly polarized, offering positions predominantly in high-tech industries or low-wage sectors, leaving minimal opportunities for middle increase. This imbalance, coupled with rising living costs in urban areas, exacerbates financial strain on low-income individuals. 3. Fragmented and ineffective policies. The Department of Housing and Urban Development, PUWAD, operates with an annual budget of $70 billion. However, experts estimate that addressing the homelessness crisis effectively would require $200 billion annually. Policies from previous administrations continue to influence the current landscape. For instance, cuts benefiting the wealthy have reduced federal revenue, leading to cuts in housing assistance programs. Additionally, tariffs have increased construction material costs, hindering affordable housing development. 4. Mental health and substance abuse. A significant portion of the homeless population struggles with mental health and addiction issues. Approximately 18.4% report serious mental illnesses, and 14.5% have conditions related to chronic substance abuse. Access to treatment is limited, with wait times averaging 6 months, leaving many without necessary support. 5. Strained welfare system. Social welfare programs are failing to meet the needs of vulnerable populations. The Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, TANF program, reaches only 21% of eligible families, a steep decline from 68% in 1996. Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, SNAP, benefits max out at $281 per person monthly, insufficient for covering housing costs. Disability benefits involve an average wait time of 7 months, with a 40% denial rate, leaving many without crucial support. Addressing homelessness requires comprehensive strategies that tackle these intertwined issues, emphasizing affordable housing development, economic equity, effective policy implementation, accessible healthcare, and robust social welfare programs. Number 4. What the government is and isn't doing. In the face of a growing homelessness crisis, the U.S. government has been taking steps, but the scale of the challenge still dwarfs the response. On housing, the federal low-income housing tax credit injected $12 billion in 2024 to build or preserve affordable homes. In Los Angeles, local leaders committed $1.2 billion to create 10,000 new units of supportive housing. Meanwhile, the Section 8 program currently assists around 2.3 million households, yet over 10 million people qualify, leaving most without help. In healthcare and addiction services, the federal government increased funding for SAMHSA, the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, to $6.5 billion in 2025. San Francisco, facing one of the highest unsheltered populations, rolled out mobile outreach vans, bringing mental health counseling and addiction support straight to the streets. When it comes to jobs, a $500 million national initiative is training 50,000 low-earning individuals every year, from carpentry in Houston to tech boot camps in San Jose, giving people real skills and a shot at sustainable employment. On the welfare front, an expanded earned income tax credit helped lift 5 million people out of poverty in 2023, offering much-needed relief to working families struggling with rising living costs. While these efforts are steps in the right direction, they still fall short of fully closing the gap. The need is massive, but so is the potential if policy meets it with bold, coordinated action. Number 5. Real solutions, real hope. If we want to truly end homelessness, not just manage it, we need bold, long-term solutions that go beyond band-aids. And it all starts with housing. In Austin, Texas, a tiny home village called Community First has already housed over 500 people, proving that small-scale sustainable living works. Experts say scaling this model nationwide could cost around $2 billion per year, a fraction of what we spend on emergency shelters or jailing the unhoused. Add to that the potential of turning vacant public land into compassionate villages, with gardens, job centers, and clinics, homes with dignity, not just roofs. To attract developers, we can offer tax incentives for building affordable housing instead of luxury towers, because let's be honest, until it's profitable to care, the cranes won't come. But housing is just one piece. We also need a healthcare and welfare system that meets people where they are. Right now, mental health care is stretched thin. Some people wait 6 months or more for help. What if we doubled mental health funding and opened drop-in clinics across major cities? No wait lists, no red tape, just real support. Programs like TANF, which currently help only 21% of eligible families, could be expanded to reach half, for around $20 billion a year. And disability benefits? Let's cut those 7-month wait times down to 2. Because when someone's survival depends on paperwork, the system is broken. Then there's the power of partnerships. Big tech isn't just part of the problem, it can be part of the fix. Imagine Google or Amazon funding tiny home villages in San Francisco. For companies worth over $1 trillion, it's pocket change with massive impact. In New York City, we could unlock thousands of empty apartments if landlords got tax breaks to rent them at affordable rates. And with nonprofits like Habitat for Humanity, public-private partnerships could triple the number of homes built each year, from 10,000 to 30,000. Real solutions are within reach. We just have to want them badly enough. Because a society is judged not by how high its towers rise, but by how well it shelters those at the bottom. Number 6. More than numbers. This is personal. After traveling through these cities, after looking people in the eye and hearing their stories, I've got to be honest, this hit me harder than I expected. It's one thing to read the numbers. It's another to stand on a cold sidewalk next to a mother holding her child with nowhere safe to sleep. This isn't just a crisis. It's a mirror showing us who we really are when no one's watching. Here's the truth. Homelessness can happen to anyone. One lost job, one medical emergency, one rent hike too many. The line between us and them is thinner than we like to admit. And if you think you're immune, just take a walk through your city and ask yourself, what would I do if I lost everything tomorrow? This isn't about pity, it's about justice. Housing and healthcare are not luxuries, they are basic human rights. And when a country as rich and powerful as ours can't guarantee those rights, we've got a problem bigger than policy. It's about priority. So what now? We change the system, not just patch it. We fight for policies that treat people with dignity. We demand that our tax dollars fund homes, not just highways. We make sure mental health care is available to everyone who needs it. We build a society where no one gets left behind. But we can't do it alone. Government matters, business matters, community matters, and so do you. Whether you donate, vote, volunteer, or simply speak up, you are part of the solution. It's going to take all of us pulling in the same direction to turn this around. Because at the end of the day, this isn't just about tents and shelters. It's about hope. It's about humanity. And if we choose to act, not out of guilt, but out of love, then maybe, just maybe, the next generation won't inherit this same crisis. We owe them better. We owe each other better. And the time to start is now. To wrap things up, this episode of NVL Travel Documentary has taken us deep into the heart of America's homelessness crisis, one that's growing faster than the systems meant to contain it. From the tent-lined streets of Los Angeles to the tech-glossed inequality of San Jose, we've seen how housing shortages, economic imbalance, fractured policies, and a broken safety net have pushed nearly 800,000 people to the edge. And yet, there is hope. The solutions aren't theories. They're real, proven, and waiting to be scaled. Sustainable housing, accessible healthcare, strong social programs, and a shift in how we value human dignity. What it comes down to is choice. Do we act, or do we accept this as normal? If there's one message to take away, it's this. Homelessness is not inevitable. It's a symptom of a system that can and must path change. We each have a part to play, whether that's through awareness, conversation, voting, or simply seeing people not as problems, but as neighbors. If this story resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below. What surprised you most? What do you think needs to change? And if you want more real, unfiltered stories like this from cities across the country, hit that like button, subscribe to NVL Travel Documentary, and stay with us on this journey, because the more we see, the more we understand, and the more we understand, the more we can change together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.